the two things for me out of the book that I just have carried with me is one, this whole idea of the primacy of relationships. Have always believed that it's how we relate with each other that really gets things done, and what that theme in the book does is just bring it to life again for me. The other thing is I actually really love the youth theory, so I'm one of these people that I like having a conceptual frame for why things are done the way they're done. And this idea that the youth theory can take you through a process that's really been thought through where you can get to action, collective action, for me is really, really powerful. Some people don't like it as much because it's more of that conceptual stuff, but I really love that part of the book.
Well, I was so looking forward to this book coming out, and one of the reasons was it's been a long time since I went through ALF, and the curriculum's changed, and some of the thinking about leadership and how it occurs has evolved. And so I was really looking forward to the section on the youth theory and some of the current ways people are thinking about leadership.
A lot of things, but the number one thing obviously is diversity. I joined ALF because of that. I was asked by a couple of people to join, and of course I was a practicing prosecutor at the time and said I have no time to do anything, and a mom and this and that. Then they talked about the need to have diversity, to hear those other voices in the room. And when you talk about leaders, you want leaders to be able to not only to do what they need to do, but to listen to others and to have the best experience that there is and the best knowledge that there is. And then when somebody comes to you and says, we want part of your knowledge, it's hard to then turn around and say, I'm too busy to impart it. So I certainly then agreed to go ahead and join, and it was one of the best things I think I ever did. Not only did I get an opportunity to talk to those members of my class who I probably would have never met at any time, anywhere, about what my ideas were, I also had an opportunity to hear from them. And the subject of diversity was a very strong one in our class, and I think it continues throughout all of ALF, in that to be the best leader possible, you have to understand that you have to have every voice there and every person of color in that room.
Others?
Well, I think that it is not, while having good books on leadership is critical, this is not just another book on leadership. It's leadership with a purpose, and that's what has always struck me important about ALF, and what we've tried to capture in the book is that it's how we exercise the leadership we have in different positions to come together and really make a difference in our community. So it's about collaboration, it's about networking, it's about the betterment of communities. We strengthen our own leadership, but with the idea that we strengthen our communities, our region, and this country by our affiliation and participation in ALF. So that idea of leadership with a purpose has always seemed to me to be such an essential part of ALF.